Hey, Dr. Dickface here from FSX-Addict and what this is a new series of videos about Flight Simulator for our YouTube channel. And what we're going to be talking about is dangerous stuff that you can do in Flight Simulator because dangerous stuff is fun and it's just a game. Before we start, I'd like to mention that this is not the default scenery. This is freeware, and I found it at flightsimnation.net, and I will post the link as an annotation right now. So, yeah, anyway, moving on. What you just saw was me taking off in a Cessna 172 from 6S6. We are going to head over to OR-74, which is the other airport in the scenery, and this airport is nearly impossible to land at, so we're going to need a good plane, namely the Cessna, so just follow along and I'll show you how to land there. What I'm going to do now is describe the surrounding topography so it's not too hard to find the airport. So what happens is once we get over this ridge, there's one more ridge to clear, and then there's a dip with a river in it, and on the bank of that river is the airport. And so, but from this direction, it was impossible to land at an airport. You're coming in at least a 70-degree turn at too sharp, and you just can't do it. So we're gonna loop around, and we're going to come in from the other direction, which gives you about 2,000 feet to line up with the runway and get down to altitude. So here you can see we just crossed over the airport. We're going to bank around here a minute, and we're gonna get lower down, so it'll be easier for us to land. Watch out for turbulence, because there's a lot of turbulence around here in these mountains for some reason, even on clear skies weather setting. And here's our turn. Now that we're facing in the general direction of the airport, we're going to follow this gorge down below until we get to a river, and we're going to have to actually go above that river because the surrounding mountains make it impossible to come in with a terrain-free approach. So we're going to have to do some sharp turns to get through this river, but you'll be okay. Here we are over the river, and once again we're just going to follow it straight in to the runway, and we're going to lower flaps full here in a minute, and we're going to want to slow down. This is our last turn before the airport, so make sure you're going at landing speed. Alright, we just completed the turn. The runway is directly ahead of us. I'd like to take this time to mention that it's not much of a real runway. Don't be sad if you don't make it, because it's not going to matter anyway. This is hardly a runway at all. It's just a little dirt road. It's not even straight. So, we're coming in for touchdown here. This is obviously not the best touchdown ever, but we'll live. Any landing that you can walk away from is a good one. And apply brakes so you come to a complete stop before you hit the river. We're taxiing back in the other direction now, and we can turn onto this grassy area right here. It's what you could call a front lawn. There are some objects that you can see. There are rocks, logs. You can park your plane over here. There's obviously a lady for some reason. There's a lady out here with some tents. You can try and get her in your plane, but she never comes with me, so you might not have much luck. For some reason, her legs are moving even though she's never going anywhere. It's like she's stuck in an oil pit or something. There's a float plane beach. I'm not sure how they got it here. The river's not straight at all. You can just go ahead, start up your engines, and head back. You'll want to take off so you're going down the same way that we came in, because once again the mountains on the other side are nearly impossible. So here we are taxiing for the turnaround. While you're doing this, you might want to dump some of your fuel since you might have full tank from flying over, since it's a very short flight. So what I did is I dumped about 40% of my fuel to take off easier. But as you can see right here, I still did not make it before the runway ended, but that doesn't really matter. I made it before the water and I didn't die. So I'm just going to follow this area right here to try and pick up some speed and altitude, because it's going to take some maneuvering to get out of here. So here we are heading back to 6S6, and it's a pretty short flight. I'd say 10 minutes. Take some time, enjoy the scenery. It's actually quite nice around here. And you're going to want to follow another ridge again to line up for approach, and here we are landing. This is not the best landing because I was not used to the plane being so light, so I flared too early, kept going straight, lowered my altitude, flared again, almost went back up, and then let it hit the ground. And we're back, home safe and sound. Good job. If that wasn't enough of a scare for you, that airport, you still want to try something else, you could try barnstorming, this area right here, which involves flying through the opening in the barn. You can see my attempt at that right there. Obviously it didn't work, but you know. Thanks for watching our first episode. We will make more, hopefully within the next few days. Our next topic will be bridge landings, but be sure to check out that site to download the files from. It's a very nice site. Till next time, bye.